Welcome back to Mind Vibes, the gym for your personal growth. We are proud of you that you're trying to become the best version of yourself by watching our videos. With us, you will be more motivated, more proud of yourself, and you will be hungrier to achieve your goals. Stay with us and let's start with the video of today. Mind Vibes. You will surely have heard of the law of attraction that is depopulated following the film, The Secret. Today, however, I want to talk to you about another law that allows you to manifest whatever you want thanks to the power of your awareness and your thoughts. It is known as Neville Goddard's Law of Employment. In this video, I will talk to you about its general principles and how to apply it to start manifesting consciously. But first, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and smash that like button. Neville Goddard's Law of Assumption is based on the universal principle that we are one with God, or universal awareness, and that we live in a mental universe. In fact, we manifest what we believe to be true with our thoughts. What we can also imagine is already available for us because the entire creation and all its possibilities are already over. Imagine the universe as an infinite catalog in which you can choose anything. This catalog is the imagination. You make order with thoughts and emotions. For delivery, you do not have to do anything because the universe takes care of the packaging, shipping, and everything else. The only thing that is required of you is to feel that you are that version of yourself that already has what it wants and supports it with assumed thoughts in line with it, until it manifests itself in reality physics. It seems that not everyone is able to apply this law because our mind is conditioned by limiting beliefs that constitute the false self. Identification with personality, with your story. We absorb these beliefs as children due to the various influences received, and they constitute our self-concept, image of ourselves in relation to the object of desire. For example, if I want to show the success of an exam, I can imagine calling my sister saying that I passed the question with a great grade. I feel the joy and satisfaction, and then I let go. However, if during the preparation for the exam my inner dialogues have assumed that, say, I'm not prepared enough, it is too difficult, I will never pass it, only the recommended ones pass. They are not in the self-concept of the person, who is sure that the exam went well. These limiting thoughts can come from lack of confidence, from past exams gone wrong, or from the fear of letting a parent down. In any case, when we observe our inner dialogues, we take a leap of awareness, and as observers, we choose those that are in line with the new self-concept. In this way, the patterns of suffering and misery that we do not like are interrupted. The pioneer of the law of assumption is the great teacher and author Neville Goddard. But on balance, his teachings do not differ from those of the better-known Jesus Christ and many others. Although everyone talks about it in different ways and with different names, God, cosmic intelligence, presence, everyone agrees that we are one with the divine, and that what we see externally is illusory. In fact, if you notice it, any emotion, perception, and thought happens inside you. The exterior seems to be a stimulator of experience, or a mere white table on which, thanks to our thoughts, we paint an experience as positive or negative. You must know that our body does not differentiate between a real or imaginary event, nor between the past, present, and future. It simply responds to what goes through your mind, and in particular, to what you have stored in the subconscious. It is not so much the conscious mind that manifests as the prevailing thoughts of the subconscious. In the law of assumption, therefore, it is important to reprogram the subconscious with new packages of thought, until that experience also becomes natural for the body, and inevitably, it must then manifest itself in the physical reality called 3D. 3D, circumstances don't matter. Just like in the movie The Matrix, when the little monk shows Neo that he can bend a metal spoon, according to the law of assumption, the reality you see now, and what you call your current situation, is malleable and illusory. Why? An answer could be given by the quantum physics experiment on the particle-wave duality and its derivatives. In practice, in this experiment, it was noted that a proton, depending on whether the observer looks at it or not, can act as both a particle, physical form, and a wave, potential physical form. Also, even more surprisingly, when scientists tried to pretend not to look at a proton rather than behave like a wave, it behaved like a particle. It was as if he intrinsically knew that someone was watching him. By transferring this experiment to our human experience, what you focus your attention or awareness on for a sufficient time becomes matter. Current circumstances, according to Neville Goddard, do not count. Therefore, precisely because they are potentially modifiable and represent only the result of your assumptions to date. Therefore, if your awareness was identified and supplied only thoughts, "I am poor," when you begin to focus on feeling rich, your economic situation can change at any moment. In fact, you decide the type of experience you want to live, and the universe will take care of how it manifested in 3D. Your task is to watch your mind and not doubt, leaving control to higher intelligence, which will make you find yourself in the right place at the right time and always in the best situation for the fulfillment of your desire. One of the most important assumptions of your self-concept should in fact be, "Everything happens for me. I am always divinely inspired. I am always in the right place at the right time." Everyone is you push out. One of Neville Goddard's most well-known phrases is the following: "There is no one to change but you." In fact, according to the law of assumption, no one has free will in our reality, and the others reflect our inner state relative to our prevailing self-concept. If you want to change things then, you change the perception of yourself and the other. For example, if you want to show a faithful partner, but you continue to believe that all men are traitors, unfortunately, reality and your partner can only confirm what you believe. This goes for anything else. Basically, you have to change your old story and start living the new one. If you don't like that your boss treats you badly, he starts to see him as the one who treats you well. You are the protagonist of your story, and the others are the extra whose role and script you decide. In fact, there is no one who can treat you badly or influence your emotional state unless you allow it. Although many feel stuck on this aspect because they think they are manipulating someone, in reality they are not. Manipulation is when you try to change the other by taking actions to obtain a result, while using the law means changing the perception of yourself and the other. Obviously, everything must be done with the basis of love. Otherwise, even if you have your manifestation, it will backfire and you will not be happy. The secret lies in not giving excessive importance to the object of desire. The law of assumption is fun and can radically change existence. But what must be understood is that everything comes from within, and that the object of your desire must not end up on the pedestal. We are against nature. From experience, it does not bring great joys. What we look for in the fulfillment of desires is the feeling we have in having it. One of the exercises that I always recommend to my clients is this, and you can try it too. Imagine something you would like to achieve, then change the image and put that of a tree or of yourself. If you do the practice well, you will notice that the sensation is still there, therefore it is not relative to the external object. These feelings that we seek thanks to desires are good or bad, similar for all human beings. Essentially, we all want to feel loved, prosperous, and healthy. These characteristics are none other than that of divine intelligence. By cultivating these emotions every day, regardless of your specific desire, they will mostly keep you in alignment with the version of you that has the desire, whatever it is, fulfilled. I speak mainly because we are human, and as such, we will always experience unpleasant emotions or challenges in life. The important thing is to have a positive vision of it, regardless of what happens outside of us. There's actually nothing outside that can make you happy. You have to feel like that from inside. How to manifest easily with Neville Goddard's law of assumption. The power of the mind is an intrinsic gift of every human being and does not distinguish between race, religion, or culture. And we all manifest unconsciously or consciously every moment. In our small, we manifest our experiences, which are our personal history. In the large, our prevailing thoughts, they all gather together and create the collective consciousness, thus manifesting what you see every day on the news. If you want to do this world and yourself a favor, start imagining and thinking positive things. To manifest, it is very easy. Imagine, keep feelings and thoughts aligned, and see the desire manifested in 3D. Unfortunately, in fact, we are so identified with our mind that we have forgotten that we are powerful and one with God. So, we doubt and continue to check, because we still do not see anything, continually delaying the realization on a material level. The mental diet. Precisely because we live in an era in which conditioning comes every second from the outside, in the law of assumption, we speak of persistence. Persistence does not mean that you have to persist it. It means constantly checking your inner dialogues through what is called mental diet, the observation of thoughts. This is for you to shift your focus and thus give creative energy to the thoughts that support your desire. Let's say you want to manifest a new job. If thoughts like, "I'm not prepared enough for that role," appear in your head, you discard it and choose another one. They are lucky that I have chosen to work with them. Basically, you have to choose your thoughts as you choose your clothes. Sit, eat, pray, love. Mental diet must become a way of life, at least until your new thought packs become prevalent. Otherwise, it will be enough for you that something does not go as you think it should, and you should start telling yourself your old story again. The God state, awareness. Neville Goddard calls the state of pure awareness I am, which means I am, which corresponds to a state in which we are in the here and now, and being without form and limitations. For Abraham Hicks, for example, this state is the one in which you are in union with the vortex, the same one that the master Eckhart Tolle calls Boeing or presence. In practice, it is a state of deep relaxation in which you feel like you are floating as if you were out of physical shape. Unfortunately, it is not possible to define it, because being formless, every label we can give is limited. Neville Goddard suggests entering this state by relaxing and repeating the word I am until we feel that we are formless. Here, all possibilities are open, affirmations permeate the subconscious more easily, and we have no resistance produced by the conditioned mind. Personally, I don't use this system, but I practice meditation and presence exercises. When you are in this state, from my experience, you do not perceive what is right or left, inside or outside, above or below. You seem to vibrate and your problems do not exist. The more you are in this state, the easier life becomes. Regardless of how you get to the God state or neutral state, as I like to call that, the goal is to detach yourself from the mental blah blah blah. Feeling for Neville Goddard's law of recruitment is essential. For Neville Goddard's law of assumption, hearing is the most important thing, combined with the being grateful for having already received before seeing. Emotions are the body's response to thought. So, if for years you have a self-concept that made you feel a certain way, you will find it hard to feel as true something that is perhaps very far away from you. Thoughts change quickly, but emotions take longer. Therefore, it is important to feel the emotions and let them exist, but not to spiral with the thoughts in the old pattern. This is a transition period in which old thoughts will do everything they can not to disappear. In spirituality, this phase is called the dark night of the ego, and in the law of assumption, purge. By persisting with the new affirmations, assumptions, despite the emotions being unpleasant, they will be released and the old patterns will no longer manifest.
Visualize, write, affirm.
Whichever technique you choose, what matters is that you use the power of the verb I am, which are the qualities of the essence of God. The rest of the sentence is an adjective. I am loved, rich, respected, or whatever you want. I am represents the pure essence of who we really are, the God in us. The adjective will instead constitute the avatar or character with which to have the physical experience in 3D. It is the symbol of inner union, and where mind and subconscious unite, where man and God recognize each other. Many people fail to successfully apply the law of assumption because they doubt and let conditioned thoughts rule. They give the physical and illusory world the power to convince them that what they want is not realistic or possible for them. I would like you to understand that with the law of assumption, when you change self-concept to be the version of you that has the wish fulfilled, you are not changing yourself. You are literally shifting into a parallel reality in which you have a different perception of yourself, from the perspective of the awareness that you are. In this diagram below, I have tried to enclose the meaning of what I am telling you. Affirmations. The statements must be repeated until the new hires are integrated, and it seems that our brain needs at least 10,000 repetitions to enter the new state. Now, we have about 70,000 thoughts every day, so my advice is not to torture or pressure yourself, but to take your process calmly. Try, and then evaluate. It is not the same for everyone. In any case, when your subconscious is saturated, you will automatically feel in your new version, you will think, feel, and act mainly with your new perspective, and you will stop automatically. This is called Sabbath state. honestly, I keep repeating on a daily basis, especially the statements regarding my self-concept as a woman, because they make me feel good, complete, and in full power no matter what I want to manifest. Revision. To review means to give a different interpretation to an event from the past that has helped to reinforce our old conditioned self-concept. This technique is essentially the one used in EMDR therapy, which is used to process traumatic experiences. It can be used for any experience, and the concept is that by changing the perspective of what happened to us in the past, it automatically changes our future. Because as I told you before, the body makes no difference between what it is, happened yesterday, today, or tomorrow. You can also use overhaul to eliminate third parties in a relationship, to completely deny that an event happened. You imagine the scene as you wish it would go. I want to give you an example so you can understand better. Let's say you have been fired and this event makes you sad and worried about your future. The story that swirls in your head is, because I didn't want it. The revision could be the following. I was lucky, now I have a lot of time for myself. The universe is sending me a new job where I have a quadrupled salary. The event is then reworked as positive and aligns you with that series of events that will bring you the new job, or maybe that you are called back by the same company that could offer you a better position. Since I learned about the employment law, things have literally changed for me. Although I customized some aspects to my experience that they didn't resonate with, the basic concepts turned out to be absolutely true for me. I therefore invite you to read his books independently, so that you too can have a vision of your own. It is certain that in order to embrace the law of employment, you must accept that you are solely responsible for what happens to you, and therefore the only one who can change things. I leave you with this quote from Neville Goddard, my great teacher. Change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change the world you live in. Don't try to change people. They are just messengers that tell you who you are. Reassess yourself, and they will confirm your change. If you liked the video, leave a comment, or share it with someone on social networks if you think it will be of help to others. See you in the next video.